y'all, what's up? I'm at the A, Amber.
I'm the B, Brittany.
This is the A and B conversation, so see your way in.
Yes,
Every week it tricks me.
Have you been? What you got on your lip? You look pretty.
Oh, thank you. This week I have on SheGlam's new Dynamat lipstick.
Oh, now we rocking SheGlam, bitch.
Well, when they invite me to events and give me 22 new lipstick shades, we do, yes.
They're good though. I told you, right? I'm telling you.
They are. This is a really nice lipstick. I mean, it's the first time trying it. I literally just went inside of the large container they gave us after the event. And just the first one I picked up, I was like, all right, I guess this is the one I'm gonna wear. So it worked out because there's a lot of nudes in there. There's not a lot of colors.
No, there's not. There's a lot of nudes, but girl, I'm telling you, them nudes is good. Like, I mean, I know you don't deal with the girls as often, but when I need a quick lipstick to give
with
to
the
them,
girls,
I give them bitches all that Shein shit. And it's good. I'm sorry. They definitely make that shit in the same factory as something else. I can't figure it out, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Well, I just want to also clarify that it is not a Shein company. They are an independent company sold on Shein.
But it's SheGlam.
It's not like Shein is making makeup. You know what I'm saying? How like Target brand is fucking Archway Farms. This is not this is like its own brand. They just happen to sell it on Shein. Just like they sell mad other random shit on Shein, I've heard.
I've definitely been on Shein. Like I told you, for the glam.
Like,
and the brushes. The
like
brushes?
AliExpress now.
It is basically. They said it's the number one retail app in the world.
Yeah, like people be buying wigs off of Shein.
Oh, well, I don't know if I buy.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Talk about mystery fibers, bitch.
No, thank you. But
yeah, no.
And they're like affordable or whatever. But yeah, this is actually a really nice matte. I didn't put that much on. Like, she's highly pigmented.
I kind of like this shade of red on you too. It's like a true blue red, and it's not. Yeah, this is nice. You gotta send me the color.
I'll send it to you right now. It's called Stronger Than Ever.
Ooh, fitting for our girl.
Yeah, I ain't strong, bitch. Keep me out of it. Get somebody else to do it, not me. And today I have on my shirt from Raven.
Yes, and the B stands for
period. All bad bitches eat seafood.
Yes, bitch. I love it. Fire.
What you got on?
I was on autopilot today, bitch. I almost thought I was gonna get creative today, but then I took a nap, and the nap really fucked me. It was like 5:30. I was like, ugh, like I gotta pull myself out of this slumber. But anyway, what I am wearing that I'm actually fucking fond of, bitch, is L&B Layla and Brittany. Bitch, this ultra blur powder, I am obsessed with this powder. I went out yesterday with Michael, our agent, for those that don't know, and Mary, the director of the New York office.
Your agent.
My agent.
We don't have the same agent.
Jose did call and I got on the phone. I was like, bitch, so what's up? Like, why you don't ever...
He's like, babe, I don't know you.
Stop. No, he gave me mad love. Don't do that. He was like, well, you only fuck with me when Michael's on sabbatical. I was like, the nerve, the audacity.
He's like, girl, I'm busy.
Anyway, I didn't touch up at all. We were out for like 7 hours, bitch. I met them at the office and we were just out wasted for... I got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning and I did not touch up. That is unheard of. That is unlike me. I did not touch my makeup up. This powder is not normal.
You be outside touching your makeup up?
Yes, bitch, you crazy?
You like leave out the house with like a touch-up bag?
Yes, I am a mother. I leave out the house with lots of things.
That is true. I guess you're already leaving out with bags.
I don't like to carry bags. Let's start there though. I don't like it, but I know myself. I know I'm gonna feel some type of way if I don't have just like something, even if it's like a little powder puff in my lips. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow. The only thing I'm touching up is my lips.
I didn't even touch my lips, bitch. Because guess what? I was wearing SheGlam. I really was.
I'll always touch up my lips though, because I always need lip balm. I'll wipe my shit off and reapply.
I have seen you do that before, and I never understood why. Okay, so your lips be dry. Interesting.
Yeah.
I just struggled through it.
Absolutely not. That's why you always be having dry lips, and mine are supple like pillows.
Facts. Mine should be ready to crack and bleed.
Yeah, I'm like, no, thank you.
I just became that girl. I never was that girl for sure, but I became that girl. It's a little bad too, because like if I got like a tote Very like a purse, like a proper. I'll bring this bitch, this whole fucking kit and caboodle.
Absolutely not. Also, most of my purses and handbags are the size of your makeup bag. That makeup
That's what I'm
bag
about
you
to say.
just
But when I
showed.
wear
So.
when I wear a small bag, then I'll just put like a little puff, a compact mirror, and then like my lips. But yeah,
No, all my
it is
bags
pretty
are
crazy.
small.
I want to get a small bag, but you know what? I'm just not that girl. Because you know what it is? I don't have enough. Like when I gotta go out with the kids, I need like a functional bag that
you
I
have to have You have to have. You're
need pockets and
not.
sleeves.
Yeah, I'm like, you got to have multiple things. Now it's just me.
I know. I miss being. I forget about those days. Like I'm like, no wonder I never had a bag.
I'm like, it's just me, my tiny fucking bag, and yeah, whatever can fit in there. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll leave it in the car. Unless I'm
Oh,
Ubering.
also that you do drive. That's another
No, I
thing.
don't
That's
drive
true.
often though. So unless I'm Ubering, then I'm still like, guess I'll just take one phone today. I probably don't need the second one anyway.
I can't with you with the two phones. But yeah, so I'm wearing that. And Tunchi's gloss. I'm still on that. I didn't even put no color. I just put like a lip liner and the motherfucking gloss.
Your
And
cheek is
she popping, right?
very highlighted.
Let me tell you. So
Wow.
I really enjoy the brand. I do wish they were a little bit more inclusive, which is why I don't like to push it all the time. But I use these cheek colors from Wander Beauty, and they're so juicy, Amber. They're like juicy, like how your skin always looks normally. It's like real cream. Like it's not no cream to powder. That bitch stays. Yes, bitch. Literally, that's how it serves it in the mass tone. And it's so juicy. And I have every color. Underneath is a clear version. So like when you just want a little,
I think
but you don't even need that.
I feel like, did I used to use something like that from them? I feel like all of their shit is double ended.
It is very, yeah, it is.
Right?
It's a lot of
Like
double
all
edged
of it
swords
is
in that
like,
bitch.
it's a 2-for-1 situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cheek shit
It's
is
cute.
bomb. But I be afraid to tell motherfuckers. I mean, they have enough colors for dark skin as far as like cheek and lip, but I don't know if the complexion is
That is a
the
tricky
actual.
space, right? That's so tricky when you like
Yeah.
really like something, but you're like, cool, but it's not for everybody,
They're like, they
y'all.
don't
I'm
like our
sorry.
people. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, ooh, my bad. Ooh, like I really, like when I first started telling bitches on the internet stuff I liked.
When I first started telling bitches on the internet, I love that.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
first started doing that, I would be like, ooh, this is really good. And I wouldn't necessarily like investigate not investigate, but I wouldn't look into the full range. You know what I'm saying? I would be like,
Of course.
oh, this is cute. I love that. And then I realized that like there would be things that I would suggest. And then my sister would be like, I don't think they got my color. And that I'm the lightest person in my family. So if everybody in my family can't wear that shit, I'm instantly offended. First
Yeah,
of all.
same. I agree with you.
So yeah, it would be like tricky or whatever. I'd be like, ooh, and then I would like, if the range is trash, I feel like there's a difference, right? Like there are ranges that are like, y'all are being fake inclusive. You trying to
For
trick
sure.
niggas, and
It
then there are
Cosmetics is one of them.
because they got like 90 shades of
91 shades
everything.
of bitch. I'm like, how many bitches?
Yes, yes,
We can all
yes.
line up and grab one for ourselves and we're all the same color. What's
And
up?
let's call a thing a thing. It ain't that nuanced. The lighter
No.
shade range is not as nuanced as the darker one. We could literally cover the gambit of non people of color.
Yep. With
We could
two
cover
shades.
that with like 4 shades, nigga. And y'all be
Solid.
having like 37 shades. Like it's not that
Yes.
deep.
At
Whereas a
all.
darker skinned person could be dark with red, dark with yellow, dark with like, there's all these other things that like come into play. And that is why in 2023, there are still Black people, people of color, that feel like they need to like mix
Of course. Of
their
course.
foundation because I need to mix this undertone. Well, this one kind of match, and then this one kind of match, and then this one is, so then it'd be perfect. And it's like, right, if they had just made the correct proper undertones,
Yeah. If
you
they
wouldn't
just
have
had
to
more
do that.
options in general, you
You
would
wouldn't
be
have to do that,
mixing.
So I'm always offended by like, yes, like those girls, like the It
Yeah.
Cosmetics, like the offensive. But
Yeah.
let's say it's like Kosas. There's tinted face oils,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There's only
That's a
like
good
10 to
one.
12 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And I appreciate the fact that half of them is designated for the tan to deeper skin tone. Like it's giving half and half. That's essentially what I'm saying. Like, you're not giving me diversity and inclusion if it's not at least equal parts lighter shades, equal parts deeper shades.
Agree. Like, if you're just throwing 4 dark shades at the end of the line, like, so there was a fight over in the pit, like
what are you doing? Because I text you, I was sent into a spiral when I was fucking depotting those YSL all hour foundations. I text you like, wait a minute. Cause you were like, I didn't really fuck with it because like the range wasn't really, and I was like, no, it's like 40 foundations, bro. Like the first half of the box.
I was like, yeah,
you're like, and they're all beige. And I'm like, nah, like the first, because of course they melded out with all of the deep, like all of the more sexier shades on the top and all the fucking beige paper ass shades at the bottom.
Correct.
So for starters, when I got the box, I think I said this before. I think when we talked about this box before, like I just let it sit there for weeks until my homegirl was like, Amber, there has to be more in that box than those 20 shades of foundation. And then I went deeper and was like, oh shit, there's 20 more and another level. So I was like, oh, okay. But when I went to like depot, like put them in my kit because I wanted to use them for something, I was like, oh, I actually think this will be good for what I'm trying to do. I went, bitch, and I put those in a little jar. And I started, and what sent me was I peeped that I had one of the same color twice.
Right.
And so then I was like, wait, was that a mistake? Wait, were they trying to trick me?
That shit threw you for sure.
I was like, I was really sitting here like, could you go count your shit? And you talking about some bitch? I can't even recall. Like, no, I'm like, could you please just go check it out? Like, there's no way you, okay. Well, I'm gonna just count them. I was like, no. So then I counted them because I had already counted out the amount that I needed, the amount of like the little pots I needed. Because I told you they gave us a whole thing, like, they gave us all the pots to make it transportable since the bottles are huge in glass and clearly not for a kid. They're the consumer.
It was a 400-pound fucking box.
Yeah, it's like the consumer. Girl. It was a shipment to Sephora. So
no.
So I already counted it and I was like, okay, it's 12, right? I'm like, okay, it's 12. Let me count it. But then already for me, the math, I was like, 12 out of 40? All right, now I'm about to get pissed off like Brittany. Now I'm about to get angry, but I was like, it's all right. Then I kept going. And somehow though, like once I depotted all of them, I only came out with 10. It was only 10. Now, granted, I did peep that they sent me one shade twice. So then it's 11.
That was an accident. Yeah.
So it's 11. It's not even 12.
But out even of still, 40 they sent you one shade twice, but maybe one of them was beige. But go ahead, sorry.
Out of 40 shades, the fact that only 11 of them were for deeper skin tones is problematic as fuck.
It's problematic. And so that's the thing that I didn't like, right? Is that you have a lot of money. You are Saint Laurent. Like, you have the capital to get the right cosmetic chemists in the lab, do the things, do it right. Dior, on the other hand, Dior fucking gets it right, bitch. Like, number 3 is too dark for me. And I fuck with that. My entire career, no bullshit. Every fair/white girl I've ever worked on, I always use the same 2 foundations on a white girl. Swear to God. Like, or white,
it doesn't.
There's never been a time I've had to stray. There's never been a time I'm like, ooh, damn, girl, I need to go get this pink. Like, no, you are the same NC25 or NC35.
And
like,
that's another thing I've found. I know white women that be like, what the fuck is this? Why you made all these pink ass foundations?
OD,
like, you didn't need to do all, like, this is too pink. We didn't got weird undertones. Like, y'all just be making stuff. Like, they don't even want it. They don't even want it.
If the white girls didn't ask for it, then we definitely don't need it.
But I will say, I did learn recently that if your products are made in China, they do not, they just make colors.
Yeah.
They don't test them on people. Like, once they get the shades and the formula down, they're not like, okay, now let's start testing it on people to see how no, they're like, all right, ship it out.
Interesting. So I don't know. I guess but the thing is, if it is made in China, like, I mean, that's problematic within itself. Like, you're a French brand. Like, you got all the resources, all the showrooms, all the things. Y'all got Procter and Gamble. Y'all got all, like, I don't even, Like, that's just problematic within itself. But I will say, for the girlies out there, if you are interested in luxury foundation and they are likely not to have your shade at Saint Laurent, you can get it at Dior. I feel like I've become automatically, like, within the last 2 years, like, their spokesperson. That Dior backstage range.
I've always been all about Dior, but that's because Ricky Wilson, one of my first mentors, he was Dior celebrity artist. So like my first entryway into luxury beauty anyway was Dior. So
nice.
Like I would tell people that all the time. I remember like one of the first like celebrity jobs I did. I think I've like touched on this before, but the talent called another artist behind my back, like a more seasoned artist behind my back. And when I got there, he unleashed his kit full of dirty Mac products. And he was like, Dior, do they even have her color? And I was like, yeah, they have a full range. You don't know that Dior? Like, he was trying to shade me, but I was like, they literally have these same colors that you have from Mac. And that was 13 years ago. Dior was, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they've always had the people.
When I got introduced to Dior, it was really only like by way of like Sephora, and that was a long time ago. And I think that because, you know, Sephora only carries some things, and I think by store they carry maybe demographic, like
exactly, like the neighborhood
like what sells
or whatever.
So I feel like at the time when I would like the air flash was the girls were on the air flash. They were on that.
That was always such a joke to me. Like, why you bitches think it's smart to spray your makeup on your face?
Yeah, like, bitch, if you don't get your Mr. Brainwash ass out of here, like, no, like, why are we moosing? Why are we Will Smithing the fit? Like, no, like, we're not. So I used to get so upset, but I remember that air flash specifically was so limited in colors. I mean, again, this is fucking aerosol mousse. I don't even know how the fuck they came up with. This was a science project gone bad. I don't know how.
During that time, it was during peak fucking airbrush makeup time. Like it was like
Tim. Of course, it was. You're right.
They were just hopping on the wave.
They were hopping on the wave. But I remember at that time, that was really the only foundation I had played with from Dior. I feel like that's what they had. I don't remember.
They definitely had others, but
definitely had others, I'm sure.
Sephora. Yeah.
And that was at my Sephora. Also, I think that was just what girls were asking for when they wanted Dior. So I think I just never, there could have been an entire range next to it. I just never looked at it because niggas wasn't asking for it. So, but anyway, agreed. Like, I feel like I've always been really disappointed in Chanel, for example. There was a time I worked at Chanel at the flagship location, and it was fine because like my homegirl was like the beauty manager, business manager of the beauty section, and I get it, right? So like, I don't know if it was just a store thing or if it was like it has to be just a store thing. But at that time, beauty only made up 1% of the sales. So they literally didn't give a fuck. Like, I get it. Y'all coming in here for crock bags, like $30,000 bags, you could give, you know, whatever. The moment that I was like, nah, I'm perpetrating a fraud, I gotta go. I only worked there because, like I said, my homegirl worked there and I was pregnant. So I used to just chill all day, whatever, right? And I was the only person there that was like an actual makeup artist. Like everybody there, like I was working doing clients and then I was just coming there to collect the check. So when I was there, one day, this Black woman walks in and she really wanted to buy a foundation. And bitch, I was stuck, Amber. Like I was fucking stagnant, bitch. I was so embarrassed. It was as if it was my brand because I was just like, I'm the only Black girl at the station, which is already terrible because I'm light bright as fuck. Already problematic, right? So then I'm sitting there like, oh shit. Then all the things just started hitting me like, damn, this bitch my mama complexion. Like if my mother walked in here right now, I wouldn't even be able to give her nothing. So I, thankfully, as a makeup artist, was like, you know what, sis? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, these niggas racist as fuck. Like, I was like, because the gondola or whatever it is, the display unit stopped at my shade or like a shade, like your shade. It stopped at your shade.
I'm usually the end of problematic lines. I'm usually like the deepest person.
Yes, which is crazy because this woman was like, you know, a deeper complexion woman.
She was actually a deep complexion.
She was actually a dark-skinned person, right? So I was so embarrassed. And I was like, look, baby girl, like Barney's is across the street. Go to Barney's, go to NARS, get this shade. Like I gave her the whole thing and I was like, I'm really sorry. This is the first time I ever like felt like I was perpetrating a fraud. So boom. So I called the account executive. some like fucking, really disconnected Nassau County, Long Island bitch like called her, and I'm like, girl, I'm all, so this woman walked in and we didn't have her shade. And then I noticed that we must not even make her shade because the display unit stopped at said shade. I don't know, medium, whatever it was, right? Yo, the top 3 excuses. First, she goes, oh, well, actually, they're being reformulated. Da, 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 da. I said, oh, really? So then where's the display unit where those shades existed, but we just ripped them off because they're just being reformed? Because why is it that just those shades are being reformulated? Well, we just take the whole line down. So anyway, right? I was like, okay, well, that's a lie. Bet. So then she goes, well, those shades also don't really sell that much. I go, well, yeah, because you don't have any. Like, who are you selling them to? And then the last excuse was, which one was this? Because she gave me 3. I remember I tried to write an op-ed for New York Times about this shit during the pandemic. I was so mad. Whatever. Long story short, this was in 2015 or 2016. The next year, Fenty came out. And guess what Miss Chanel all of a sudden started offering, bitch? Dark skin shades. Let's get it twisted. It's giving dark skin like Saint Laurent's giving dark skin. It's not giving dark skin like Dior, but all of a sudden.
Well, when Fenty came out, everybody else was
know, but
of course. Every single brand, everybody was like, oh shit, we're not making, oh God. Okay. Now everybody wanted to count how many shades they had.
Oh, that's what it was. I said to her, sorry, I just can't forget that. I was like, so what are we offering to our clients that are dark skinned that cannot leave with a product? Because as far as I was concerned, because I wasn't like an employee there, so I was like, as far as I'm concerned, like, don't you want people to make sales? Like, isn't that the whole tea? Like, isn't that retail? Like, you want? So then I was like, what are we offering to them? Are we offering them discounts? Are we offering them something like not discounts, but like, are we offering them extra lipstick? Like, what are we doing for those people? And she just literally like was like, girl, I don't know. You're just gonna have to like basically like lie to them. And I was just like, whoa, like they just didn't give a fuck. But anyway, back to reality. So I was really upset about that. And that was when I was like, yeah, nah, I gotta go. Y'all got me fucked up. And I used to never accept gratis from them, like for PR for a long time. And the only times that I have, it was because like the client was going to like a Chanel show and you know what I mean? Like, but I used to try to avoid it like the plague, bitch. Like I used to be like, oh.
They don't send me shit, but that's because they never send me shit. I've never gotten a Chanel anything, but all of my clients are Black, so.
Period.
Why would they send me anything? It does crack me up though when I see Black ass artists who have Black ass talent. Get your bag, do what you got to do. But I'd be like, you lying, you hashtag you do not love CoCo. That's not what you used on that person. So I think that is a part of the problem. I get it. Unfortunately, some of these brands pay more than your clients do.
Yep, for sure.
And faster.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I don't know. It's got to be a way we could wink. Like, get your money. 100. Get your money. Get your bag. But it's got to be a way we could do a little wink to the people to be like, but this is just a bag. I didn't use this. Because I also, what sent me spiraling with that YSL box was the fact that I was like, I understand. I know the people I follow, the artists I follow, the things, blah, blah, blah. As far as I know, from my vantage point, I only saw Black artists opening that shit up. I only saw us like, oh, thank you, YSL. Wow. Once I dug deeper into that box, I said, I saw people fucking post in this box that your shade's not in here.
Bitch, it's giving massa.
Your shade's not in here. Like, why would you even be okay? Like, I'm not okay with this.
I'm not okay. Well, I'm telling you,
when I open this, and I hate it because I'm not gonna hold you. I took it with me because of what it does, and I used it, and that shit came out beautiful. I used it on Law, and that shit was spectacular. But I'm still annoyed at the fact that like he's at the end of the range.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he is deeper complexion, but he is not the deepest.
No, he's not. He's like giving butterscotch.
And I think he's like literally like he might be like at the end of the line. And I hate that. It's like
I hate it too.
Don't have to do it, bro.
And I think sometimes that's why I push a lot of drugstore stuff. It's never about the price point for me. It's about the access and it's about the range. I remember one time I was on set. There's this dude, he was like really, really deep skin. And like, obviously, you know, I got all the shades. Even if somebody like, for example, needs a little bit of a deeper color for a wig and she's already dark skinned, like I know, so no shade. Like I know the hairstyle is not out here swimming through all the brands to try to find, like, they're gonna find what they can because they're not makeup artists. So I'm like, yo, we was on set and this girl, and she's a Black artist and she's super talented, and I know that she probably had like a full stock kit, don't get me wrong, but even she was like, yo, like trying to pull up on set and flex with the brands and stuff like that, because we do feel like we have to do that sometimes with our clients. And she was like, Britt, do you have a darker? And I pulled out a little L'Oreal, bitch. I said, here, take my. In the event that you're in a pinch, you can just Amazon that shit. Like, I know that we want the fly shit. We want the fly compact. And, you know, at the end of the day, we're label horse, duh. Like, we're out here rocking Balenciaga. Like, of course I want the top of the crop. But at the same time, low key, like, they don't be for us a lot of times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when you think about curvy people, it's like, it's not even about being like big or small. It's about, you don't even adjust, like, people's body shapes is curvy, like Black women or brown women or whatever, like they be having a body. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm like,
most women, I'm in a gym these days, like, girl, we know these white bitches get asses like this.
They ain't have that all the time. But that's another thing.
But now they do. This is the land of big everything.
That's fair.
Like,
no, for sure.
It should definitely be bigger. And I get what you're saying about the drugstore brands. I feel that too. From the opposite side of it, once I started like working in the shit, and I absolutely peeped that like Maybelline would have all the shades. You can always go for black opal. Like, there's things in the in the drugstore that you can get all the time. But for me, once I started working in beauty and I started being like, ooh, I want the luxurious shit, right? And also, like, I got like fancy ass friends. Like, I know my dark skinned friends, I'm like, okay, that's another reason why I knew that Dior had the shit, right? Because I knew about it, because I had used it, but also because for my luxurious girls, like the Black girl luxury, the girls still be wanting to pull out their shit.
Well, no, we do.
And that's my why point. I will be like, go for Dior. Like, I never, ever, ever even thought to like the Chanel counter, when I was at a counter, was nothing but little old white women anyway. Like, little old grannies.
Always. Yes,
like gray hair, ballet flat. So there was nothing there for me nothing lured me into the Chanel counter. You feel me? Like,
right, of course.
The Dior counter would have a little spicy Black lady. Feel me? True. Like, I think that's why for me, I don't want to say I stopped paying attention to the drugstore brands, because I still do, or, you know, whatever. But that's why I'm like, here's this option or here's this option, because the girlies be wanting like,
well, we deserve luxury. And I do agree with you on that. I think what sucks is what I get caught up in and I get worried about, because I'm also a perpetrator too. Like, I am going to buy some clothes that might be problematic, but they fly, right? And so I feel like it kind of takes it all the way right back to the Wander Beauty. Like, I'm rocking this cheek that I know is possibly problematic if you look at the whole website, but it's fly. And I feel like I do get caught in that, because it's like, I want Black women, Black people to experience and or have luxury shit too, which is why I make sure, like, you know, even our skincare is fly, but then it'd be whack, because it's like, I'm out here forcing myself to give them something from a brand that don't even fuck with us. Like, you not making a shade darker than Law is just making it seem like those people don't exist. Like, how is it that it stops there? Like, it's impossible that it could stop there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember, like, even when I had a meeting with CoverGirl one time, and I was like explaining to them, like, yo, we're a globe-trotting generation. Like, if Ye or I don't know, any person had a party in Wyoming, guess what? There's gonna be mad Black people in Wyoming. So like, we need to have color ranges everywhere. Like, this is a humanity thing. Like, it's not even these people don't live there. It's like, well, that bitch could be pulling up there and buying a farm like Khalees. Like,
nah, I'm buying a farm. I mean, from the business standpoint, I absolutely get if you got your demographics and you know your whole town white. Absolutely, like, I get like, no, what you saying, but no, that don't make no sense to me. Like,
it's all institutional,
of Wyoming. Right? If Kanye having a party in Wyoming, bitches pulling up. They pulling up with their makeup.
Of course, I'm just saying that.
So if they not pulling up with their makeup,
no, for sure.
You feel me? I'm
saying in a general sense.
Regionally, I get that. Like, I get like, oh, this is who's here. This is like, that makes sense to me, right? Like, it's fucking stupid if you go into a Black neighborhood, CVS, and it's packed with white shades and there's only one of each dark shade. Like, that's stupid.
Of course.
It should be like that.
But I think it's not just limited to the e-commerce. I mean, it's not limited to the store. It's like it's the e-commerce. Like if y'all don't even make the shades darker than I can't even go online and buy that shit no matter.
I was gonna say yes.
Okay,
no,
sorry,
from
sorry.
the brand range for sure. Like, you should have the whole range. I was just going back to what you were saying with the stores. I'm like, no, that's kind of stupid. No, I mean that makes sense that they do it like that. But no, the brands should absolutely be able to cover the gamut. Like, it should absolutely run the range.
Of course. I'm sorry. And that was my ultimate point with them, is that, like, why don't you have a static
why don't you have this color, period?
Yeah, why don't you own these colors? Like, are you saying because most of your people are regionally, like, purchasing CoverGirl and this and like, I was just ultimately saying, like, this should just exist.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't matter, you know what I mean? But on top of the fact, I was saying that, you know, I mean, whatever. Because people like to say, I do agree with you on the general sense, and that's nothing we could change, right? That's institutional. Like, there's white neighborhoods, that shouldn't be no such thing, but whatever, we hear that. Like, that's what it is. So I feel you. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Because I prefer Black neighborhoods. So.
I mean, I prefer to be around my people, but I also feel like
you could have a white neighborhood. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, let the racist niggas stay over there is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Y'all could stay in y'all own little dirty, because I'm sure it's dirty and smells like pee. You feel me? Like, y'all could stay over there, smelling like hot dog water and shit. Y'all could absolutely stay over there. We good. Like, y'all stay in y'all little rock.
I'm dead. But yeah, no, I mean, I get it. Obviously, I do, you know, I do feel guilty, just the idea that a brand doesn't support us, so then I just feel whack. I'm always just caught in between. I get it. I want them to have designer shit too. I want them to have the best. Of course, that's why I put all certain things in my kit. But
that's a little bit of your white guilt.
Well, I don't got no white guilt. Not just. I mean, I'm caught in it because they just don't fuck with us. If I literally, if I can't give it to Mika and my mom's, and Mika not that dark either, then bitch, we got a problem. Like, Houston, what's up?
I'm fucking with you.
But nah,
I mean, I don't feel that deeply about it. I'm just like, I'm not gonna fuck with you, y'all stupid.
Well, it's my light skin guilt.
Also, I'm light skinned, and I'm telling you that I think that's your white guilt, because I'm telling you as my light skinned ass. Hi, me here. I don't feel guilty. Yeah. I'm looking at these brands like, you fucking tried it and you're stupid. Correct. And I'm not gonna promote you or shout you out, but I don't feel bad. I don't feel guilty. I don't know That's not my choice. I'm not choosing to do this. I can recognize the fact that y'all are stupid and y'all should be doing better. Also, you probably buy products. You still buy stuff. I'm not buying shit. So I'm not putting no money in your fucking pocket.
No,
anyway,
I don't buy shit.
So I don't feel bad. Like, I don't feel bad because you just sent this to me.
I did my SheGlam. You're right. Sorry. You're right. Sorry.
You send this to me. You feel me? So I don't feel bad if I sit that shit outside.
For sure. For sure.
Just sit it downstairs where we put things in my building that are up for grabs. Like, I don't feel bad doing that.
Of course.
If I open up a box that you sent to my black ass, it is and you can look at my portfolio. It's very clear who the fuck I work with. You can look at me, okay? To a white person, I am darker, on the darker end.
Of course.
White person. You know, there's a difference between a white person and a white person. You know what I'm saying? So, white person, I am.
That sounds like mayonnaise, bitch.
Exactly. To one of them, I'm like, I get it. I will be at the deeper end. And if you send me some weird shit, even if you send me skincare that does not fucking melt into my skin, bitch, if it's leaving any type of cast, trash can.
For sure.
Trash. I will never revisit it. I don't want to see anything else you're making. I don't care how holistic it is. I don't care about none of that shit. Go back to the fucking drawing board, because this is crazy.
Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
This is stupid.
I get it.
It's tricky. People play too much. And don't be fake inclusive.
Don't be fake inclusive. Really. Don't just throw one super dark shade and then the next shade be Amber's color. You cannot do that. That's not inclusivity.
You cannot do that.
You cannot do that.
Be the hello. Because they'll do that too. No, they'll do that.
Are we in the lab mixing up batter? Like, why?
It's giving and deeper shades have other undertones than red.
Yes.
Can y'all stop just pouring red into brown and being there's the deeper shades?
Yes.
That's
Agreed.
stupid.
Like, bitch, we got olive.
That's stupid. We got neutral. We got mad neutral. My sister is like neutral. Right.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that bitch neutral. Well, she used to fuck my shit up when I would try to match her in the beginning. Like, I didn't know what the fuck. Because nobody makes, for her to be that brown, at her level of brown, people want to just start throwing red in.
Red, yep. Mm-hmm.
And it would be like, this ain't it. This too dark. Or too red.
Yeah.
Or this is ashy.
Because then it'd be looking like pink. It'd be like pink neutral brown. And I'd be like, what the fuck is this? This is like barely a contour shade. This is nasty work.
Yeah, like this is weird. You just made me deep taupe. Why? Why would you make that shade?
You gave me mauve foundation. No thanks, babes.
Disgusting.
But yeah, bitch, don't be fake inclusive. I feel like we just nailed the fucking...
That's it. That's the message this week.
But any hooters.
Let's wrap it up. I'm the A, Amber.
I'm the B, Brittany.
This is the A and B conversation. So